Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda.
I'm Sean.
Together we are Not Your Mama's Greens, and we are back in a new setup. Our mother just moved, we film at her house, and she's got this beautiful kitchen. So we're excited to film in here. You'll be seeing a lot of content coming from this kitchen soon. But today we are filming a vegan crunch wrap. So if you guys like Taco Bell, you already know what it is.
You feel me? This is going to be a crunchy crunch wrap. This ain't going to be no regular degular. And you feel me? And it's still going to taste hella good. And it's going to give you a reminiscence of Taco Bell. Just better though.
And maybe without a stomach ache afterwards.
Exactly. You ain't going to run to the bathroom now.
So if you're as hungry as we are, let's
shout out
go
Taco
ahead.
Bell though. That shit good. Okay.
Let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so here's the ingredients that you're going to need. First, of course, we got our flour tortillas. Make sure they're extra big so you can do that perfect crunch wrap at the end. Then to make it a little extra crunchy, we got some Fritos that we're going to throw on there. We've got shredded lettuce. Of course, you can get whatever lettuce you want. An Impossible brick. And then we've also got some Good and Gather taco seasoning. We got the little Target brand, but get whatever brand you like. Some dairy-free cheddar shreds from Follow Your Heart. Honestly, I prefer a Bio Life or a diet, but this was just what I could find today. Then we've got some salsa here, some vegan Earth Balance. They actually have a whipped now, so I'm super excited to try this. And if you can, go ahead and pick up some vegan sour cream. I wasn't able to get any, but that's definitely a nice addition if you have it. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Alright, so now we're going to add our Impossible brick now that our butter is melted and hot, is bubbling. And go ahead and throw in our brick. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing the whole thing. Now we got this meat kind of brown, and we want to go ahead and chop it up and ground it up. Get our ground meat. You know what I'm saying? Even though it ain't meat, but it's meat. It's beef. Some nice ground beef. And then once this is grounded up, we're going to add our taco seasoning and our water. Alright, now that we got this Impossible meat ground up and browned up, we want to go ahead. That's what I love about Impossible meat. It smells so good once it's brown. You know what I mean? And it really does remind you of ground beef, because once you start browning it, it just immediately turns brown. I love it. I love it. So we're going to add a third cup of this water. Bow. Alright. Oh, be careful now. And then what you want to do is go ahead and throw in the whole thing. Because we got a whole brick and it's going to need all that seasoning. It's going to need all the seasoning you can get. You're going to throw that in there and you're going to make sure you turn it down to low heat. Mix this up. Now it's smelling like Taco Bell in there. You feel me? Yes, sir. Then you're going to give this a while to cook down and let that taco seasoning do its job, do its work.
So to make this crunch wrap extra crunchy, we're gonna go ahead and cut out a small centerpiece for the tortilla. You'll see what we're gonna do with this later. And then we're gonna crisp this tortilla. So I've got a bowl in the middle of my wide tortilla. I'm just gonna cut around it, and I'm gonna cut out 4 of these because we're making 4 crunch wraps. So just take a really sharp knife, got my cutting board here, and it doesn't have to be like perfect circle. I'll just kind of go around, make sure I'm following that line here. This feels like arts and crafts a little bit. Okay, and boom. So now, look at that. We're gonna have these 4 of these, and we're gonna make them nice and crispy on the pan in just a minute. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and crisp out the tortillas. So I got some more butter. We still got some of the seasoning left from our vegan meat. No big deal. You can wash it up if you want to. You can use the taste of the seasonings for the tortillas, and that's what we're gonna do today. So, oh, this should be fine. It's not even on. Okay, I'm gonna put this on like 5. It still melted down though because it was still hot, so that's pretty cool. And then I'm just gonna let this butter warm up and then we'll get it on.
2.
Okay, so you can tell that it's starting to cook when you see it like bubbling up on this top side right here. So you can see this is starting to like heat up here. Almost like a pancake, starting to breathe kind of. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a quick look. crisp just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna flip it. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. Look at that. Zoom in. Look how pretty that looks. Nice and crispy, buttery. So we're gonna let that other side crisp up as well. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 4 off camera, and then we'll come back to put it together. Okay, so I discovered with the first tortilla here, I put a lot of butter on this side. So I mean, it looks beautiful, but it got crunchy on the side with less butter. So I'd recommend just a little bit of butter in a non-stick pan because you want it to get crunchy, but if it's too much butter, then you're gonna get too much oil for it to really crisp the way you want it to. So you see this one right here, this is about done. This is way crispier. So this is the look that you wanna go for. Okay, so now it's time to assemble the crunch wrap. So we're gonna start with our Impossible ground here. Oh my god, it's crazy how meat-like this stuff really looks. And I'm just gonna make it about as wide as what the internal crunch is gonna look like. Okay, now we're gonna add our cheese. Now we're gonna add our, I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese actually. Okay, now we're gonna add our crispy layer here and then throw the salsa on top. I'm just gonna put, like, do this to eye. This would be where you add the sour cream, like if you have the vegan sour cream. And I'm just gonna make like a thin layer of the salsa. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the lettuce. Decent amount here. Wait, okay, it's already washed. And then I'm gonna add our corn tortilla chips. This is gonna be the little extra crunchy bit right here by adding these little Fritos. And then our soft crunch wrap layer. Then we're gonna go ahead and fold it around. Not super hard. Ooh. And don't get too precious about this. Once you have it folded like this, then you're gonna go ahead and put it straight in the skillet and get it nice and crispy. All right, so our pan's nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and refold this crunch wrap. It came undone. So basically just hold on tight till you get it on the pan, okay? And we're gonna let that get nice and crispy just how we did with that inside layer earlier, and then we're gonna flip it.
Okay, so we kind of messed up on a few of these, but we figured out that when you fold it down, you kind of gotta like press it in, hold it. We used the plate to help kind of transfer it. So we used the plate, and you know what I'm saying, flipped it on the plate, and then we would slide it on to the pan. We're gonna redo this one because it kind of messed up, and then we kind of press it down and turn it while we're pressing it down, so it kind of gets those edges nice and tucked and packed in and crisped all on the same little motion. So once we did that, we would carefully go underneath and flip, and then you would get something like that. It would look a little something like that now. And then you would let that other side crisp up and take it off.
Alright, you already know what time it is. It's time for the taste test. Alright, so these are looking nice and beautiful. We're gonna cut these up.
Do a little slice in half, little cut it in half, like how they do it at the
Taco Bell.
How they do it at the Bell, man.
I guess we'll each take a half.
Yeah, let me get that. So they should come out
Looking like
looking a little
this.
something like this. Let's give it a little taste test, see how she tastes.
Alright.
Oh, good.
That was good.
Oh, good. Crunchy. Mmm.
A lot of flavor. This is so filling too. Wow. That's a banger.
This ain't no BS now.
I wish we had that vegan sour cream just to give it a little bit of...
A little bit more creamy.
Yeah, you could really even add some guacamole in here. Some like avocado crema. Really anything to give it like a little bit of that smooth taste. But this is fire.
Pretty fire, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely try it yourself.
Definitely. Me and Rashawn, I'm about to go tear these up. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're doing.
Tripping, cuz.
And don't forget, we do meal planning and we do meal prep. So if you're in the Chattanooga area, go ahead and shoot us an email. Also, if you're not in Chattanooga, it's all good because we can do some virtual meal planning for you. So be sure to hit us up.
Hit us up, man. You know what I mean? Do that.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Deuces.